Have you ever felt strangely drawn to something you don't understand? A path you've never taken, a question you can't ignore. The unknown feels risky, but irresistible. Why? Because the urge to explore mystery isn't random, it's ancient, wired into your brain by evolution. And today, we're going to uncover why humans are obsessed with the unknown. Have you ever stood at the edge of a dark forest and felt a pull to step inside? Or maybe you've stared up at the night sky, overwhelmed by the sheer vastness and the countless stars, wondering what's out there. This feeling, this irresistible curiosity about what lies beyond our sight, is a fundamental part of being human. But why? Why are we so deeply drawn to the unknown? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology and biology behind our fascination with mystery. It's a journey that will take us from our ancient ancestors on the savannah to the cutting edge of modern neuroscience. So buckle up, because things are about to get fascinating. Let's start by rewinding the clock, way back to our early human ancestors. For them, the world was a giant, uncharted map filled with both incredible opportunities and terrifying dangers. That rustle in the bushes could be a predator, but it could also be a source of food. That unexplored valley could hold a new water source, a better place to shelter, or it could be a dead end. In this environment, survival wasn't just about being strong, it was about being smart and curious. The individuals who dared to explore, who were driven to find out what was over the next hill, were more likely to find new resources. This gave them a massive evolutionary advantage. Curiosity wasn't a luxury, it was a survival tool. The drive to explore the unknown is literally wired into our DNA, passed down through countless generations. It's an ancient instinct that tells us explore, learn, and adapt. Now let's fast forward to the modern brain. What's happening inside our heads when we encounter something new or mysterious? A key player here is a neurotransmitter you've probably heard of, dopamine. Dopamine is often called the pleasure chemical, but that's a bit of an oversimplification. It's more accurately described as the motivation chemical. It's released not just when we experience something good, but in anticipation of a potential reward. Think about it. When you're watching a mystery movie, the most exciting part isn't always the big reveal at the end. It's the buildup, the clues, the suspense. Your brain is releasing dopamine, pushing you to keep watching, to seek out the answer. The brain essentially rewards us for being curious. Neuroscientists call this the seeking system. It's a powerful motivational circuit that drives us to explore our environment and learn new things. The unknown represents the ultimate potential for reward, and our brain can't resist the chase. This ties into another psychological concept known as the information gap theory. Economist and psychologist George Loewenstein proposed that curiosity arises when we feel a gap between what we know and what we want to know. This gap creates a feeling of deprivation, almost like an itch we desperately need to scratch. When you see a headline like, "You'll never guess what happened next," it's specifically designed to open up that information gap. Your brain feels the incompleteness and craves closure. The desire to close this gap is a powerful motivator, compelling us to click, read, or watch to find the missing piece of the puzzle. The unknown isn't just a void, it's a question begging for an answer. But our attraction to the unknown is more than just brain chemistry and ancient instincts. It's also deeply connected to our sense of self and our need for growth. Sticking to the familiar is safe and comfortable, but it's also stagnant. True personal growth happens when we step outside our comfort zones. Learning a new skill, traveling to a new country, even trying a new type of food. These are all small acts of exploring the unknown. Each time we conquer a piece of the unknown, we expand our own boundaries. We prove to ourselves that we are capable of more than we thought. It builds resilience, confidence, and adaptability. The fear that often accompanies the unknown is a natural part of the process, but overcoming that fear is incredibly empowering. It's the journey from uncertainty to mastery that helps us build our character and define who we are. In a way, exploring the world out there is a way of exploring the world in here, inside ourselves. Of course, there's the flip side of this. We can't talk about the allure of the unknown without acknowledging its darker companion, fear. The same rustle in the bushes that could be food could also be a lion. This is the fundamental tension of the human condition, the push and pull between curiosity and self-preservation. Our brains have a dedicated fear center, the amygdala, which is constantly scanning for potential threats. For some people, or in certain situations, the fear of the unknown can be overwhelming, leading to anxiety and a preference for routine and predictability. There's nothing wrong with this, it's a different survival strategy. Finding the right balance between seeking novelty and seeking safety is a personal journey for each of us. But even for the most cautious among us, the pull of the unknown never completely disappears. It just whispers a little more quietly. Think about how this plays out in our culture. We are obsessed with stories of exploration and discovery. From the epic voyages of ancient explorers to modern-day space missions to Mars, we celebrate those who venture into the void. Our fiction is filled with mysteries, fantasy worlds, and science fiction futures. Why do we love stories about superheroes discovering their powers or detectives solving impossible crimes? Because they tap directly into this fundamental drive. They allow us to experience the thrill of exploring the unknown from the safety of our couch. Even in our daily lives, we seek out small doses of the unknown. We try new recipes, listen to new music, or take a different route home from work. These might seem like trivial things, but they are all manifestations of our innate seeking system. They are small adventures that inject a bit of novelty and excitement into the routine of everyday life. They keep our brains engaged and our spirits alive. The internet and social media have supercharged this entire process. Every scroll, every click is a tiny journey into the unknown. What will the next post be? What will this video show me? Algorithms are designed to feed our seeking system, constantly providing a stream of novel information that keeps us hooked. It's both a testament to the power of our curiosity and a warning about how easily it can be exploited. So the next time you find yourself daydreaming about a distant land, or getting lost in a good book, or even just feeling a spark of interest in something new, recognize it for what it is. It's the echo of your ancestors, the hum of your brain's reward system, and the call of your own potential for growth. It's the beautiful, powerful, and sometimes scary force that has driven human progress since the dawn of time. Our relationship with the unknown is what makes us who we are. It's what drove us out of the caves and all the way to the moon. It fuels our science, our art, and our personal journeys. The unknown is not something to be feared, but a vast and beautiful landscape to be explored. It's the ultimate source of wonder, knowledge, and growth.